Good evening and welcome back to the Metro Poker Series. I am your host, Terry Prince, and with me today is MDPS champion and designated dealer, Mark Urich.
Designated dealer sounds good.
We've got the Halloween Poker Open today. We had 36 people for this one, and anybody who came in costume got an extra 1,000 in chips. Today's episode is brought to you by Microshaft. It'll work for a little while. There's our final table seating. In seat number 1, making another appearance at the final table, Mark Montreal. Seat number 2, Jim Angus. Seat number 3, Tim Reindell. I believe this is his second or third appearance here. Seat number 4, designated paper product supplier Ken Moore. Seat number 5, Mark Olson. Seat number 6, Jurgen Yog Drink. Seat number 7, Joel Asuncion, also here many times before. Seat number 8, Andrew Woods. Seat number 9, our resident cowboy, Tom Johnson. And seat number 10, Joe DeFore. Fire up chips.
Pretty stacked table here.
Here's our chip counts. Tim's out in the lead, 46,500. Mark Olson right behind him at 46. Jim has some work to do, and Ken 8,000 and 9,000 respectively. You need a couple of double ups pretty quick. We'll get our hand number 1 in. Our blinds are at 501,000 with a 1,000 chip big blind ante. Ken's under the gun, looks down at 10-7 offsuit. I don't think he's going to play that.
Not really a strong hand in first position.
Mark Olson folds, Yog folds. Joel, Andrew's got big lick, he folds that. Down, looks down at King Jack offsuit. Makes the call for 1,000.
Mark just folded 8 deuce. Jimmy and Don both come along.
They both got jack shit.
A lot of jacks in play.
Ace 8-6 rainbow. Nobody caught any of that. A couple of diamonds out there, so Jim and Tim both had backdoor flush draws. King high out in the lead. And Tim takes a stab at it for 3,000. Don folds what is the currently best hand.
Tough to know with the 2 diamonds on board and the big ace.
Well, Jim folds and Tim's bluff gets through. Takes down this first hand. Blinds are up now at 500 and 1,500 with a 1,500 chip big blind ante. Joel under the gun looks down at K9. Andrew's got ace-6 of clubs. He's just staring off into space or something here. Makes the call.
Decent hand for Tim.
And it raises to 4,500 with king queen off. Yog looks down at pocket sevens.
But can he play him like 5 deuce?
I don't know. That is Yog's favorite hand, so he does make the call. Pocket sevens. Andrew looking at 3,000 raise. Ace-6 of clubs.
Looks pretty agonized on this.
Decides not to come along, makes the fold. Oh, there's 5 deuce if Yog doesn't have it, though. It's a coin flip at this point. Tim has king of diamonds for the still has a flush draw.
Can't think he's going to go away.
Two of clubs doesn't help anybody. Yog's still out in the lead with his sevens. They both check it. Diamond does not come, nor the overcard for Tim. Yo goes all in for 5,000 chips. That's a really good board for pocket sevens.
Yeah, and his reputation too.
5 deuce out there. He could have very easily have a full house.
Takes it down regardless.
Yep, Tim makes the call, finds out that his king high ain't no good. Yo takes down a pretty good pot. We have Don under the gun here, looks down at 10-3 offsuit. Pretty sure he's not going to be playing that. Joe, however, will play ace-queen off. Raises to 4,500.
Tim comes in with another big hand.
And folds it.
Wow.
Mark with pocket eights. Makes the call. Is Andrew going to protect his jack 7 in the big blind? Nope. Finally folds it. We're going to go heads up to the flop. Basically a coin flip situation here. Three, 6, 3, 2 diamonds. Pocket 8's still out in the lead. He also has a backdoor flush draw. But Joe takes a shot at it with a C-bet, 4,500. Mark makes the call.
Comes in his favor too.
Yep, he does spike a queen, so now he's got top. But Mark's still got a diamond draw. Joe bets out 8,000.
Not accounting of chips, makes the call.
He does, yeah. I'm sure he doesn't like that queen, but he knows he's got the diamond draw. But 4 of clubs does not help him. Joe goes all in. Mark makes the call and has the short end of the stick. He sees the queen for Joe. He's got 2 pair. Higher 2 pair than Mark. Picks up 51,000 chips. Mark Montreal under the gun folds ace 5.
He doesn't look too happy.
And now Mark O has ace king, goes all in immediately. Oof. Folds around to Don with pocket jacks. There's 3 ways to play jacks, and they're all wrong. Which wrong way is Don going to pick? He calls.
Yeah, Joe calls too with pocket tens.
Ugh, we got 3 big hands here. Deuce, queen, 6, 2 clubs. Joe and Don both have backdoor club draws.
Joe's looking like he's going to check out though.
Don shoves over and Joe folds his 10s. Oh, a set for Don, and Mark's drawing pretty thin. Mark Olson goes out in 10th, taken out by Don, where he hits a set of jacks on the turn. Down to 9-handed now.
So my big question for you is did anybody at this final table really dress up? And don't tell me Mark Montreal said the Iron Man shirt counts.
Typically what happens in this event is the costumes find their way back to the car by the first break. So, yeah, there was a few people that dressed up to some degree. I don't know if any of these guys did. This year, it was on the website. You got the extra 1,000, but I neglected to put it in the email, if I recall correctly. So Only a few people did, but typically when we do have that event right around Halloween, when the schedule falls where it's either the week before or the week after Halloween, that is the bonus. If you come in costume, you get the extra 1,000 chips.
Understood. Looks like Tim spiked a king here.
Andrew had big lick again. Not sure why he came into the hand with that, but he's drawn pretty thin with his 9-6. Tim's got top pair. They both check. Yeah, Andrew picks up a gut shot draw now. Tim leads out with 5,000.
I can't see his stack, but that seems like it's probably a lot in comparison to what he started with.
He's thinking. He counted out some chips and then waited. He finally does make the fold. Tim shows that he hit the kings. I mean, that's a good fold. You know. Daddy always said, don't draw to an inside straight. And number 12 here at the final table. Yoga's going to be under the gun. Everybody folding all the way around so far.
Whole lot of nothing.
Yep, a whole lot of bad hands.
Down to the blinds here. Button and blinds.
Yeah, blind on blind now. Button folded. So Tim looks down at 9-3 in the small blind. Makes the defend. Ken with king 6. Raises all in. There's a couple of balks there, Tim. I can't believe I'm thinking about calling with 9-3. But the raise was pretty small. It was only like another 1,500, 2,000 in chips. So it's really kind of a cheap call here. He does make the call. He has 2,500.
Well, 2 live cards.
Yeah, he's getting 3-1 pretty much on that call. So
the fake out fold though. Oh man, there's the 9.
He comes in and hits a 9 right off the bat. Oh, 4 spades gives Ken the nut flush.
I think Ken just pulled a Rasheed Wallace and said, "Ball don't lie. Strongest hand still wins."
Yep, he started with the best and ended with the best, but it was a hairy middle.
That's for sure.
So here all the way around to Tim. On the button makes the call with Yoge's hand, 5 deuce.
There's a lot of miserable people at this table. Nobody's getting any hands.
Yoge checks his jack 5 and flops top pair. Motown good to Yoge today.
Wait, Tim's trying to do a little reverse yogism. He's going to play 5 deuce.
He caught bottom pairs, so he's not going anywhere. Now he's got a gutter ball to go with it. But so does Yoge, because Yoge's got a 5. So, potential chop situation if that 3 comes off. Another jack's going to wrap this up for Yoge. He's got trips. Bets out 8,000. I don't think Tim can call here.
No.
He does not. Yeah, bottom pair.
And he shows. What a gentleman. He's a gentleman and a scholar, I say.
Alrighty. Ken on the button here. Andrew folds 3 deuce under the gun. Don looks down at ace 7 suited. still at 500 and 1,500 blinds.
Well, some of these big stacks definitely at these stakes can play a lot more hands than the short stacks.
Look at all the diamonds. Everybody's got diamonds. Tim raises to 4,000 with Queen 10. You know, together, all they need is a king for a royal flush.
There's 2 of Jim's outs, though. There's another Jack 9. And Joel decides to lay it down.
Don makes the call for 2,500 more, and so does Jim. Jim's actually all in. But all in for less. Yep, looks like it. Yeah, there comes a jack. But Queen also gives Tim the lead. No diamonds, naturally. I think they've got them all between them.
Tim leads out with a strong bet here.
Don checked as he had nothing at ace-7 and he folds. So now we're going to go heads up. Jim's all in and at risk. Jim flopped jacks, but Tim flopped queens, so Tim's way out in the lead here. 7, 8 of spades, turn and river does not help Jim, and Jim will be our 9th place finisher at this final table. Blinds now up again. We're at 1,000, 2,000, 2,000 chip big blind ante. And Mark looked down at ace king. It's his first decent hand he's had yet today.
Yep. Strong bet here. Looks like he's raising like 8 or 10,000.
It goes to 10. It's a healthy raise. 5x, double the pot. But Tim also has ace king. There's going to be some fireworks here. And Ken's got pocket 9s. Now, can Ken get away from this, or can he make the call? This is a tough spot. You got a big raise like that and a call, and you got a middle pair like that.
Well, not really that too. He's dealing with at least one of those two guys has some decent chips. He puts his all in the middle.
Yeah, he's all in for less, 9,000. It's probably not a bad play. I mean, there's definitely opportunity to more than triple up now. Oh, and look at this. Don's got king, queen. He might come along. And all the kings are pretty well dead. That's good for Ken.
If I'm Mark or Tim, I'm not really liking all these extra calls. I'd rather isolate.
Oh, for sure, because they're drawing hands regardless. It's after the flop, all they got's ace high unless they hit something. So, that's definitely not favorable. Don does come along. Spikes a queen.
It's as if you kind of manifested that to happen, Terry.
I don't know about that. Checks around. Well, 8 on the turn gives Ken an open ender.
A little bit of life.
Yep. Tim and Mark both drawing bad. Best they can do is chop. They both fold to Don's shove. So now Don has isolated Ken, and the 10 gives Ken a straight. He hits the open ender. Runner, runner.
Ball don't lie again. Strongest hand in the beginning comes alive again.
Wow.
Nobody expected that, though.
He hit 2 river cards to double up twice.
I think he's got a lottery ticket in his future coming.
Mark looks down at king 3, folds that. Hey, Ken come up with another good hand, ace queen offsuit. After just doubling up, what's he going to do now? Raises to 5,000. Another ace queen. This one's suited. Andrew all in for 4. All in for less. Don comes along with queen jack. Makes the call. And Joe defends his big blind 6-3. Just a 3,000 chip raised to him, so he makes a defense.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking that nobody's super strong. Right. He's got live cards.
So Andrew's at risk. We got a 3,000 chip side pot. Flop king 3-9 rainbow. Joe picks up a pair of 3s. But ace on the turn is going to change some things around quite a bit. Ken and Andrew out in the lead here to a chop situation. The percentages say 0 because neither one of them can actually win the hand outright, but they have the lead. With a pair of aces, they can chop it. Ken bets out 7. Don and Joe both fold, so he's going to pick up the side pot and find out that they're going to chop the main pot. Andrew stays alive with a chop, gains a few chips out of the deal.
Ken's on a heater.
I'll square up the chips, and we're ready to go to our next hand. Right, hand number 29 here at the final table. We're still at 1, 2, and 2. Joel looks down at King 8 of hearts. I don't think Joel's played a hand yet.
I don't think so either. The only chips I saw him picking up were the chips on the side, the nacho chips.
And he still hasn't played. He's not playing this one, but Don's going to come in with 8-9 of diamonds.
Oh, that's Terry's hand.
Yep. Joe looks down at Terry's pocket 5s.
There goes one of the 5s.
Folds around to Ken in the small blind, who makes the defend. And Yog checks his queen 4 offsuit. Flop 8-8-9. Don flops a full house. Second nuts. This is going to put a stranglehold on this hand. 4 of hearts on the turn. Yog's got a pair, bottom pair now. Joe still has the middle pair of 5s. Yog bets out with his pair of 4s, 6,000. He is in bad shape. Don caught gold with his 8-9.
Hey, do I still have a full house, Terry? Could you tell me? I gotta double check it. Don a little Hollywooding. Oh, alright, I'll call.
And Joe insta calls as well. Around to Ken now with Jack chip, so I don't think he's coming along.
No.
He doesn't even have any outs, really. I mean, nothing to draw to other than the Jack.
That's an easy fold.
So there he goes. I don't know what took him so long. And our river card is the Queen of Hearts. Yog picks up 2 pair now. He's in bad shape.
Yeah, it spells doom.
Yep. He's going to bet into it. Bet 6,000. Don goes all in. Joe folds his 5s. Can Yog get away from top and bottom? 2 pair? I don't know.
The only way I think he folds is if he thinks that he has at least an 8.
I mean, the 4s are counterfeited, so he's got queens and 8s. So he's got, got to think that it's possible that Don's got an 8, which obviously beats him. Could maybe have a queen, maybe chop it. Jack 10.
Yeah.
Lots of hands beat Yog here. I don't. He's counting out chips.
There's a lot of agony in his face right now.
I don't blame him. This is a toughie.
Easy for us because we see the whole cards, but I gotta imagine he's thinking maybe Don's capable of pulling the wool over his eyes here.
He does make the call. Don's going to double up. Yog sees the bad news. He's like, oh my God, what did I just do? I ran into a flopped full house. That's what happened.
Yeah. He still has some chips though, I believe, right?
Yeah, Don doubled up, so Yog's still around. Andrew under the gun with Doyle Brunson, 10 deuce. Don has king 5. He's still stacking up his chips from the last hand. Into the muck they go. Joe raises to 6,000 with Queen Jack off suit. Ken wakes up with Ace Queen on the button.
Gotta be a raise, right?
3-bet it? Probably. He's counting out at raising chips. Just makes the call. No, he does raise 12,000. Okay. He called it, but it was a string on video.
And Joel actually has a hand.
Pocket 4s, yeah, but I'd say that's easy to get away from at this point. Yep, he does fold. I mean, it was the best hand at this point, but with a 3-bet pot, yeah, I think that little pair is easy to get away from.
Yeah, for sure.
And there's an ace.
Oh, but there's a 4.
Yep. He's kicking himself now. He would have flopped bottom set. Joe goes all in with the flush draw. Ken calls with the top pair. And Joe hits the flush right on the turn. Oh, took no suspense there.
Now Joel's actually thinking, oh, good fold.
Right?
Oh, the roller coaster of emotions. Can't believe I folded to thank God I folded.
Well, that'll do it for this episode. Tune in next time for the conclusion of the Halloween Poker Open. For Mark Urick, I'm Terry Prince. See you next week.